Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, everybody. Thursday, almost Friday, near to the weekend. Hope you're here with us today. And look who found me, Neide. Neide, after a long winter, she's back. So nice to have her here with us today.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to do some work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have to work. And today we will keep going. Today is the last part of the hopes and consolations. And we will talk about the fear of death. And also we will talk about disaffections with life. So two very important topics, especially nowadays. And we needed to understand how it works, how it is affecting us, how it affects the people the people are surrounding us. So many things we need to understand. But let's do. Before we start, let's do our initial prayer. But before doing this, I'd like to say hello to our friends from Portugal, from Ireland, from UK, and of course, our friends from America. Thank you very much for your support. And I will do the initial prayer, and Neide do the final, okay? Or you want to do the...
No problem.
Want to do the initial because your connection is good?
No, I hope I solved this problem. Let's see.
Okay.
I hope.
So let's lift up our hearts, our mind, make connection with superior spirits, with our mentors, asking them to fill us up with his courage, his love, reaching out all those brothers and sisters who are with us on our daily basis, those loved ones who are far away from us. At the same time, look after all those who are sick in the hospitals, in orphanages, those who are on the streets without any shelter. May this prayer reach them and somehow help them to overcome this barrier. So be it. Amen. Okay. So far, so good. So we will start talking about the fear of that. It's common to listen the comment, oh, you are a spiritist, so you don't have fear of that. But the point I want to reach here is I would say, especially me, Stevan, I have no fear of that, but I have fear how we're gonna die. You know, it's two different things. Can you imagine like these people who are dying with COVID without lack of air to breathe?
Yeah, that's hard.
You know, this suffering. I have fear of this suffering. I don't have fear of death. It's in my mind, at least. Perhaps, guys, you don't agree or you agree with me. It's two different things: fear of death and how we're gonna die. I think I would say if everyone has the power to choose, everyone gonna die wants to die. Like for example, sleeping. You know, you lay down in your bed and that's it. You know, and that's it. But interesting question Kardec asked to the spirits on question 941. And he said to the spirits, the worry over death is highly vexing to many people. Why such worry if they have the whole future in front of them? That's an intelligent question. Why am I gonna fear of that if I know I have life after life? Let's say this, if we have something beyond, and why have fear? And the spirit said, it's wrong to have such apprehension, but what do you expect? Since early on, people have been persuaded that there is a hell and a heaven, and that they will most likely go to hell because they have been taught that whatever belongs to the realm of nature is mortal sin for the soul. So, in other words, is everybody uh, have a kind of fear of death because we were said like the hell it's like a fire. No, like we have that image uh, 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 painted by Dante, like the Dante's hell, like it's scary. And of course I don't want to go to some place scary. I don't want to go to some place hey, I'm suffering here. I go to a place to suffer more. You know what I mean? So it's kind of I want to avoid it. You know, I want to avoid it. Vanderlei is watching us. Thank you, Vanderlei. So, and of course, I have a fear. You know, if I go to that kind of thing, I don't know if let's use what Catholic Church says. You're gonna be sleeping until you be judged. Hey, and if I wake up and my judgment, it's like terrible. You know, I mean, I will stay forever in the hell. So based on all these, it's more than normal to understand that we have fear of that. And you, Neide, do you have fear of death?
I will say I'm not fear of death. I'm not afraid of die, but I don't want to die.
Okay, another moment,
But it's interesting what you said is because I think after become spiritist, we see the death in different ways, and we face death. I think I don't say easily, but at least we have this consolation and this hope that the life is eternal and that we continue that death is just a passage. So I think for the Spiritist believers, we can deal with death more in a different way, in a more soft way, I can say. Um, and even we have this knowledge, like I said, even we know this, we have this consolation. Of course, we are afraid of dying, but I think is not afraid of what we face after that, because we know that the life continues. But I think we, of course, we are afraid of how we're gonna die, like as you said, because we don't know. Can be through a illness, can be through some accident, can be through something unexpected, can be tomorrow, can be in 50 years from now. Is difficult because we have this oh whole thing in front of us. We don't know, how you'll be. Yeah. And yes, one thing is I'm afraid, of course, how it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, if I could choose, I as well will choose to pass away sleeping, as my father did, by the way.
Really?
Because yes, my father, when he died almost 20 years ago, he was sleeping. He went to bed at night. He was very good. He was a very healthy man, I can say, because he was very active person. Never stopped. Woke up every day 5 o'clock in the morning, go to bed around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and very good. And one night he just went to bed and was complaining about something in his eyes, some like a little headache, and he went to bed. And on the morning, my mother saw that it was almost 7 o'clock, the time that she usually wake up, and he didn't stand up yet. So he went to him to check what's happened, and he was already dead by that time. So, and then she, of course, called the doctors and everything. But the final conclusion was in the end they realized, and after the exams and everything, that he passed away from a heart attack that he had that night. But the most impressive thing is everybody who saw him before they taken him, who saw him the way that he was, saw that his expression was like calm, and nobody could say that he was dead, because was the expression was that he was sleeping. So everybody said that was very, very peaceful, because his expression in the face was, normal, not pain, nothing. That the way that he was is like he was sleeping. That is the way that he passed away, and I think is the most beautiful way to get to the other side, as I said, because you didn't feel the pain, you didn't feel that that all that turbulence and everything. So it's beautiful, and I believe that if we could choose, everyone will choose something like that. But unfortunately for all of us, for individuals, it's different. It's different for me, it's different for you, you'll be different for the others, and so on. But I always pray and ask for, when the time comes, that you'll be peaceful and not so painful, of course. And this is as I always merit, and whatever it will be, at least we know that life is continuous and this is not the end. Of course, this don't take away my fears, of course, because the first one is this how it happened, and the second one is what are you face when I cross to the other side. Of course, we don't believe in hell and heaven, because we already know that is different. And for me, the most thing that I worry is who and how are you get there to the other side. Who are you face, and how you be. Because as we know, our judge is our conscience, and everything that we did here, we're gonna see on the other side much more clear. And my fear is to get there and look back and say, Jesus, I failed again. I did everything wrong again. Like, Jesus, what I did, I should take this path, and I took that path. Like then be, of course, I think the most more deception will be with the action that I took in life here. And I as a spiritist, I think this way. And and I believe that for those who are not spiritists, for those who don't believe in nothing, for example, imagine the people who are atheists, that doesn't believe in anything, and they have this, of course, when they are kids, the priests and the churches and all even the mother and father sometimes use this to control the kids. Be good. If you're not good, God will punish you, and then you grow this. I have to be good. If not, I go to the hell. And then you grow up, and then you don't believe in anything. You become atheist, or you just think that God doesn't exist because of all the things that you see and all the things that is wrong, and your life is wrong, and all this stuff, all deceptions, all things that go wrong, and then you stop to believe, and become totally materialist. And I believe for someone in this position, it's much more difficult to face death, because you put all your efforts, you put all your faith in material things in this life, and you even don't think, like, if you just think, like, when I'm dead, and that is not else to worry, and this is I think is a very dangerous way to think, because you put all your effort and passion in things that is just superficial in this life, let's say, and the disappointment will be much more, when you get to the other side and you see that you waste a life that you could be much more productive. I don't know if you.
Yeah. And also, another reason why we may have fear of that is because we are too attached to our material things. My car, my house, my husband, my wife, my daughter, my son, my job, my clothes, my, everything's mine, And when we die, you don't take anything with you. Everything you call mine is not, at the moment you die, is not yours anymore.
That's true.
So this could be a second major fear of that, because you're gonna lose this let's call power. You're gonna lose it. And how are you gonna feel? How are you gonna face that? I don't know, perhaps that the house you fight, you work so hard in order to get it, and when you die, you will see your sons fighting for that house. Something who should be a moment of happiness, probably a source of income for those who are here. They decide to fight. They don't, even though they don't talk to each other. All these horrible things. This may cause. And at the same time, your job is not with you, and this come across what Neide said, like when you wake up for the other life, you will see, oh gosh, I did it wrong again. I followed that path and I made a mistake again. So the heartbreaking moment for you when you realize this. So we need to understand that I'm not saying here that having possessions, having a house, is a bad thing. No. What I'm saying is, once you are in control of it, happy days. But once, at the moment, these these material things start to control you, then we have a problem. Then we have a problem. So for sure, we needed to work ourselves and fight, of course, work hard, buy your house, buy your car, travel as much as you can, live your life. But I'm saying always with that thought, okay, when I die, no problem. Not get attached to it, like my thing, mine, So this is one of the biggest problems. But unfortunately, when we have this, we think, I don't know how is the reaction when we are in the spiritual world, but can you imagine, like, you see your son, your daughter fighting for something, and at the end you're gonna ask yourself, so the house has more value than me. Instead of they are crying for me, they are fighting for a piece of the house. So, and also Kardec wrote something here very interesting. This is not the spirit, this is his opinion. And he said that here, carnal individuals are more connected to the corporeal life than spiritual life. And while on earth, they experience only its physical pains and pleasures. Their happiness consists in the fleeting satisfaction of all their desires. Their soul is constantly concerned with and affected by vicissitudes of life, and hence it remains anxious and in constant torment. See, this connection, this attachment, it's a problem. It is a serious problem. And I would say to you, Neide, I have a house, I have a good job, I have a good wife, I have a beautiful daughters. But if I tell you it's missing something, I'm not entirely happy. I'm struggling with something. I cannot see life as a beautiful thing. We do have situations like that.
More than you can imagine.
Successful people, great jobs, amazing family, great opportunities. But for some reason, they do not see life as a gift, as a opportunity. Do you know someone who thinks like that, Neide?
No, we can see many stories even on the news, about successful people, even artists who has a lot of money, who are very successful in their career. They have families and they have everything. That for us that look from outside, we think, wow, the person have everything to be happy. Should be the most blessed people in the world and be thankful and be happy. And then we discover that this person is struggling with a lot of problems, personal problem like depression and a lack of happiness in their lives. And it's like I said before, it's very common. In these days especially, it's very, very common. People who has plenty of things, success, career, family, and doesn't feel happy, that doesn't feel fulfilled inside, and is looking for something. And I think sometimes the person even doesn't know what he's looking for. And this, I think, is related about one of the things that I can come to my mind is like faith or beliefs.
Good point.
Because if someone doesn't believe in anything, someone doesn't have faith. I'm not talk about religion faith here. We talk about faith in something, faith in the future, even in itself. It's quite difficult to believe that things can be better, or that life is beautiful, or everything that you are conquering is amazing. Look to everything of this and be aware of the real value of life. Just see. But unfortunately, when the people doesn't have this faith, doesn't have hope, they look to everything that they have, and they can see just the things that they don't have yet, or the things that they didn't acquire yet. Like I'm not successful enough in my career. If I'm in the top now, I should have more. I should be more. I should have better car. I should have better house. And they are never fulfilled with what they have, and they always look for more. Because instead of look what we acquire, what we have, and be blessed and be thankful for that, they just see what they don't have, what is missing. And sometimes
Excellent point.
It's very common. We look for some parts of our life and we see just what is missing, and don't see what we have. And this causes a lot of problems in these days. One of them is very serious, that is depression.
And no, keep going.
No, and I would just say that this, unfortunately, take the people and the person for a very wrong path, and the consequence can be very dangerous.
Yeah, it's very well said. Neide said it's related to faith, and usually I would say 99.9% of the people, when we say, "What is your faith? Do you have faith?" Everybody trigger that religious faith. We are not talking about here religious faith. You cannot even believe in God, believe in anything, but you do need to have faith in you, faith in your courage, faith in your ability, faith in your own success. You need to have that faith. The faith is to have courage to do something and fight for it. You are fighting for it because you know it's right. When you say no, these things is right, and you fight a lot in order to prove that thing is right. This is faith. Faith is like the way I do believe is, maybe my life is in a mess, but I have faith that this mess, even though this should happen to teach me something, and I know when I know what is the lesson I need to learn from that mess, I will overcome it. I need to have faith that, I will die today, but my spirit will live, and it will keep going for another life. The spirit will be still alive. So we are not connecting whatsoever with the religious faith. We are connecting with faith in you. And like Neide said, depression, all these things is connected. What starts, let's say, I'm not saying this is the root cause for everything. Please, do not generalize here. But one of the symptoms is you start to lose faith in you. You start to lose that ability to say, hey, I can do it. I will do it. I will get it. That's the first, my way to see. Perhaps I could be wrong. That's the beginning of the troubles, the problems. You know, like people when they are diagnosed with a terminal cancer, for example, we can see people up to the moment when they are diagnosed with cancer, they were fine. Next day, it looks like they are dying. This is all our mind. I'm not saying you're gonna cure. I'm saying, okay, I will diagnose. I have this diagnostic here. I need to face it. Of course, I'm gonna be shocked. Of course, I will have bad moments and good moments, for sure. But what we are saying here is, what is your willing to keep going? Where is this capacity to put you up, shake the dust, and say, let's move on. Let's keep going. And unfortunately, especially now with this COVID episode, we are seeing a lot of people killing themselves, thinking they are finishing with that pain. And I would say they will finish perhaps that suffering for that material cause. But when they awake in the spiritual world, this pain is going to be much worse, because they will see what they have missed. They will see what they have, how they lost the opportunity. They will see perhaps they are facing a wall, and they cannot see what's behind this wall. But it's a matter of just stay in a position, you see what is beyond that. So many reasons a person could take their life. But I would say one of these reasons is lack of confidence in themselves. And it's really, really sad, very sad, when someone look at you and say, I see no reason to live. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I prefer kill myself than keeping living, because I have no reason to live. And people with successful career, like we can see, if we go to the to these actors, actors, like they get millions and millions of money. beautiful houses, wonderful days, wonderful death, but they are alone because they cannot go to a shopping and do their shopping. You know, I we can see excellent actors making us laughing a lot watching movies, watching episodes. But they were wonderful actors because they could pass to us an image that they are happy, they are everything okay, but their personal life was a crap, was devastating. Some people don't know if they leave, they want to be with them because of their money or because they love them. So many reasons could be. No, you are rejected by your father, you're rejected by your mom. Some things happened to you in the past and you cannot forget it, you cannot forgive it. I just say, like, the forgiving process is a long journey. Forgiving process is a long journey. Forgiving is not mean forget. It's totally different. Forgive, it's when you remember what happened, you don't carry that that anger, that bad feeling with you. But this starts. It's not like a day for a night. Oh, I will forgive you and that's it. No, it's a long process. Okay, I said too much, Nate. What you're thinking about it?
No, I agreed. No, I was just thinking, unfortunately, exactly, is the lack of faith and on these days with this COVID things, and we see, in fact, a lot of people losing faith, losing hope in life, and getting despair, and think that everything is gone because they lost everything or because they lost their jobs. They are going through a hard path right now, and we understand that it's very difficult to face the challenge that we are having now. But on the other hand, is an opportunity for us to reflect and to renew our faith in our hope in the future. It is very important that we keep faith and hope with us all the time, because if you lose this, then it will be very difficult to get from the hole that we fall. And once that we keep your faith and your hope, even if you religion, if you're not, if you are religion, Christ is always there, and we have to follow his example. I think is the best way to renew our faith if you are a religion person. If you are a Christian, Jesus is the most beautiful example that you can look at in the moment of despair and see how you can face the challenge that you have, the trial that you are passing. And especially for us spiritists, that we believe and in reincarnation, and everything have a reason, and the action in reactions, and trials and expiations, all of this we have to remember that, and keep our faith in our hope as much as we can, strong, because it's a very challenging moment for everyone in one way, in another. Those who is not struggling with lack of money or lack of resource is struggling with mental problems, mental health. It's become a very serious problem in our days, and we see this happen all the time. So I believe that we have to keep faith and hope strong right now, because everything will pass. We will pass this challenge. We will overcome all of this, and on the future will be, I think, much better. But we have to keep faith very strong right now, because so many things has happened. So many people are dying. So many suffer. We can see all the time. When you turn on the TV, the radio, you see the numbers increasing and people are dying. Some places are getting better. Some places are getting worse right now. And there is a vaccine for some people, no vaccine for other peoples. And we all get anxious about when we'll have the cure, when you have the vaccine, and when do things will get better. And this is keeping us like in this environment that is heavy, that is low connection, and we have to remember our faith, and we have to remember the Spiritist teachings, and try to connect with the good vibes, try to connect with the good spirits. Don't let yourself in a low vibration for long, because it's normal. Some days you wake up and you see that the whole world will look completely terrible, and you see, wow, I'm losing my faith in the humanity because this is too bad. I'm trying to look like that we'll never get out of these lockdowns, and when I can see my family, when I can travel, when can I go hug my friends, and all this. You start to think about all of these things, and you put yourself in a very low vibration. And when you see you are down, you are sad, and you start to be very depressed. So I think it's important to keep our faith with us all the time. And at this moment, we remember the spiritual teachings. Remember that it's just a moment that we have to pass through, and keep strong, keep faith, and hope on the future, because nothing happened in vain. And this pandemic is here to teach us a lot. So it's a very challenging moment when we have to reflect and to evaluate a lot of things in our life. And I believe when this thing pass, and maybe it'll take a little bit while for why we can see that. We thought that it will be just a few months, maybe 1 year, and we are already going for the second year. And I don't believe that we're going to completely be out of this, at least in maybe 1 or maybe 2 years more. But the most important that we have to adapt ourselves right now and keep us as strong as possible. Put faith above everything right now. And if you have faith in religion, and that's great, you help a lot. But if you're not a religious person, have faith in yourself, have faith in the future, because this will pass. As everything has passed before. If you look back on the history, you can see many other times when we had very hard challenge, and people suffered, people died, wars, that was terrible times, and everything's on the past right now. And a lot of progress was made after that. So let's believe that this challenge that we are passing now is to make us grow and evolve quicker. And yeah, I think it is. Faith is for me. Faith has to be all the time. Faith in yourself, faith in the and on faith on the tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better, and keep our hope strong as well, because I think without faith and hope, we don't get for long. We don't last for long, because we're gonna lose yourself. And sometimes we forget that. And one thing that we have to remember sometimes is the example that you gave. Now, someone has a lot of things, and sometimes they lose everything. And unfortunately, because of selfishness and pride, they lose the faith and hope, because they believe that the material things is more important. And this is lead to very, very bad end. And I think, yes, this time that we see a lot of this, a lot of selfishness, a lot of pride, a lot is come up. Is in the same way that the bad good is here all the time inside of us. We fight all the time with our pride and our selfishness as well. So, and you have to find a way to balance this bad and good that you have inside. So it's challenge.
Yeah, it is. It is difficult because we sometimes put a lot of faith to someone. But that's the problem. We expect too much from life, from everyone. But I would say life can do everything for you except your part. Everything life can do for you. Everything. The sky is the limit. But if you don't do your part, if you don't try to fix yourself, if you don't try to work on yourself, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The same point, like we were saying, we gave an example for those who are money, they are successful. And those who are poor, they live in a shanty town, without hygiene. They are fighting every day to survive. They are full of life. They believe in themselves. Of course, some get the chance to get off that kind of situation. Others not. But the question is, I'm asking to you right now, are you doing your part? Do you really want what you're asking for? Is that story like I won the lottery? At least buy the ticket. Are you buying the ticket? So that's the question we need to ask to ourselves. I'm doing everything I can without harm my brother, because you can do everything you can, but in order to get what you want, you need to harm a lot of people who are surrounding you.
Free will.
Yeah.
How are you using that?
Yeah. And if you are in a position you cannot see if you are harming someone, if you are doing something bad to someone, ask to your friends. Ask them, hey, Neide, I'm trying to do this. That's what happened here. Am I doing something wrong here? Am I not seeing something? Ask. Ask your conscience. We know. Again, let's go back to the discussion about the hell. Hell is your conscious point the fingers at you all the time. Because I might not see what you were doing, but you will know what you did. You know the truth. You know what happened. And
exactly.
Another question here is, are your conscience clean? If it's clean, happy days. That's the job. That's how we're doing. But if it's clean, doesn't mean it's is going to happen the way you want. It's going to happen the way it should be. So I will start having my conscience clean now, not, and everything good's going to happen to me. No. I would say, if you have this kind of thought, when something bad happens to you, you will not look at that bad thing as an obstacle in front of you. You see as a barrier, but we can overcome this barrier. So this is what we needed to understand, where we put our efforts. And without any doubt, the efforts should be put on you, my dear friends, in your ability, in your gifts. Everybody has gifts. As the same thing, everybody has some bad inclinations. We all have. We have good inclinations and bad inclinations. We do have. Everyone. But it's your choice which inclination you give more attention. If you're giving more attention to your bad inclinations, of course, you're going to see life as a punishment, as a burden on your shoulders. But if you give more attention, spend more time on the good things, every time you're going to be great with you. You're going to be thanking for the bad moments, because that bad moments help you to growth, help you to get out of your comfort zone. And what we don't like is get out of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really, really want that job? Fight for it. Capacity yourself. Do the courses. Stud. Make friendship with peers that are connected to that job you want to. It's up to you. It's up to you to decide.
Everybody's so quiet today. No questions.
There's no comments here, so.
Where is everyone? I think I talked too much. Everybody went to sleep.
Yeah. Come on, guys. At least in these 5 last minutes, comment something. Say if you agree. If you're what me and Nate saying, he is completely out of control.
Yes, I think when you say about the conscious, when you finish our day and we ask our conscious what we did, if you did wrong or right, and you're conscious, you like you said, you can ask a friend, but one friend can lie to you, people can lie, but I believe that our conscious, that one cannot lie. You can try lie, but your conscience will always tell you when you are wrong and you are right, and is everything based on the law of the universal law or the law of God? And that is no injustice in this world. We think that this God is unjust because there is so much injustice, there is so much inequality, and don't think so many things going wrong and everything. But as we study, understand through the spiritist teaching, there is no injustice because the law of God is perfect. It's the only law that cannot go wrong. And if you are passing through everything that we are passing through, is because probably we broke the law of God, we broke the universal law, and we have to fix that. And
you have to choose the way we are having here to fix that. It's our choice. Nobody said, "Oh, we need to go there and do this, this, this." No, it's our choice. We use our free will.
exactly, I think
No.
we many of the times we chose the challenge, we chose the trials, and then when we are here, we complain, we blame God, we blame the others, we don't take responsibility for what we did. We try to get the easy way, the easy path, because we want to avoid pain many times. And sometimes it's the terrible things, because sometimes the pain can teach us a lot. If can, of course, we can, if we can avoid, great, we can avoid. But sometimes the things has to happen the way that it is, to teach you big lessons in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard sometimes to believe that and to understand that, especially when we are getting through the problems and the challenge. But once everything passed, we see that was the best that could happen, because you learn a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's the today's talk. Thank you very much, everyone, for the opportunity, for being here with us. Leah is always with us. Rihanna, Ella, Underlay. Thank you, guys. Once again, thank you, Neide. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Your voice makes us very happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to have me here again. It's a pleasure always to be here.
Yeah. And can you do the final prayer for us?
Yes. No announcement today?
No. Well, we do have on this Saturday. It's 10:30 p.m. Island time. Divaldo will give a speech. It will be in Portuguese, but on the 17th, Buzz will replay this talk, but with subtitle in English.
That's great.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's do our final prayer. If you can, close your eyes. If you're not, you can keep open. Just elevate your thoughts to the high spirits, to Jesus. First, say thanks. Thanks, Jesus. Thanks, the mentors of Spirit Society of Ireland and the Irish Spirit Federation, to be here with us, for all the teachings that was developing here today, all the words that was speaking here today. Thank you for this moment. Thank you to guide us through the night, through our life. And let's share a little bit of our love at the moment with the people who struggle right now with difficulties because of this COVID. Let's send love for those who are in hospital fighting for their lives right now. That the good spirits and the love of Jesus reach them, give them faith and hope to get off from this situation. And for those who is passing, who's making the passage right now, that they can be received on the other side for the good spirits with love, that they can recover themselves and keep fighting, because life is eternal. It never ends. Let's always keep our faith, always hope, and fight for better futures. Let God be with us. So be it.
Amen. So,
Thank you.
once again, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your day. I wish you an excellent weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
My
See you
dear
soon.
friends. Yeah, and this Sunday it's my talk, so it's my time to give the Sunday's talk. So 11:15, it's me. Okay.
Very good.
No topic yet. I'm still thinking. I have some ideas, but I'm waiting for more inspiration.
The inspiration, you come at the right time. Always.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.